All right, we're live. We're live. Okay. Shalom. Start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Shai Hashem Hakadosh. Right? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect. The 1/3 is sincere listeners. All right. GMS Toronto, the Hebrew Israelites, back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon the Great today, aka America, an extension of Babylon here in Canada, Toronto. All right. We're the prophets of doom, prophesying doom here on this kingdom, right? And salvation, all right, for the hopeful elect. And all right, the kingdom of heaven, and waking up our people to who they are, knowing who they are, their nationality, their biblical nationality. All right, putting that breath upon them. When you see us out here, that's what our job is to do, man. Look forward, bring back the identity of our people, man. All right. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 1, and it says that the hand of the Lord Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me in the midst of a valley, which is full of dry bones. Cause me to pass them that like the spiritual warfare place of America, okay, where our people are all the 12 tribes can be found there, right? Okay, especially in America. Okay, they can name the tribe, they're there. Like, they're there. Well, no, okay, God is there. Issachar is there. Judah is there. Right? All the 12 tribes are in America. Right? It says, and it caused me to pass them around the boat, and behold, there were very many in the valley, the open valley, and those they were very dry. Yeah, didn't know who they were. All right, languishing spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Withering away spiritually. Good. Okay, you see the state of our people, even physically. Our people physically bugged out. Okay? Obesity, or cracked out, drugged out, leaned out. You know? See the countenance of our people is a very dark countenance, right? Very dim, low vibration. Right? Even though we're the highest vibration people on the planet, we're not operating on that level, right? Okay, to our highest potential. See what I'm saying? But this is the thing. The nation of Israel, we have potential. If we can look up that word, that's not going. God, as we make these great, right? Like our power had different forefathers that were different captivities, like for example, like Daniel, Mordecai, or that one. I have a model. There's a forefathers that because they were operating in fluids, in harmony with the help Shai, the help essentially had put a certain mind so we can it certain things about people about ourselves in different higher positions because we are a high vibration. Right? But it's going to say how is the Lord from him because we stop following the ways of the Lord instructed us to be. Right? So this, well, if you have Ezekiel 37 or a couple of verse 3, and it said, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, I said, the Lord Yahweh, thou knowest. Again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Prophesy, teach unto our people. Okay, the dry bones, spiritually, don't know who they are. It's been called bywords, right? That's our job. Teach our people who they are. Okay? And give them that new hope. Hope in the Lord. Hope in the Most High God. Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? So, might be a Israelite. You know what I'm saying? And our people are scattered amongst all the nations. All right? Okay? Came out humble, did not go question. You know what I'm saying? The spirit was here. That just is what it is. Okay? That's it. That's slated for salvation. Who knows, man? Lord have mercy on whom we have mercy, right? Okay, she's wearing a dress, right? Modest apparel, with her hands covered. See what I'm saying? So you just never know, right? That's how the gypsies dress too. Right? The women, their head is covered, they wear like a certain dress. You see what I'm saying? And they're most likely Israelites. You know what I mean? Spirit. But that's the spirit anyways, right? That's what we're into. Yeah. Right, man. That's just the spirit right there. Kind. These are about Google, the limit of my potential. It says right here, potential helping or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. That's Jake, right? All right, that's a strange cut to the point. We are doing something. We are something now. In the eyes of the eyes of the world, in the eyes of both sides, we are something. Right? For the apple of the eye. Like, yeah, sees the injustices that are going on happening about that, and he's going to defend us, right? But he has to be defend himself first. Get his vengeance first. Right. But the beauty of it all, part of his vengeance, is our vengeance, getting get back for us as well. But you know what I'm saying? He's not only going to get vengeance for himself, he's going to get vengeance for the whole nation, man. Right? And that's what we rest and have hope in. You know? Um, Ezekiel 37, verse 5, and it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these ones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live, and I will lay sinews upon you. That's what we got. The sinews is the identity. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. And it says, I will lay sinews upon you and will bring up flesh upon you and cover you with skin. The nationality knows who you are, man. But right now you're calling yourself black. I don't need to compare it to her. No, sliding. Some shit. No, FTA. You know? And yeah, right? You know, listen, you already broke down the word black. Why would you want to call yourself? See what I'm saying? And you know, it is a color, it's fair, right? But your hair may no, that's actually sick. Why would you call yourself black? That making sense. Then there's another one against big black petite. Fine, but yeah. And here it is. But here it is, you Edomites, so-called white people talking about black. See, you have a problem with black. You created black people. Fucking talking. Don't start. Don't fucking. All that shit is projection. You guys are projecting. You guys created Tyrone. You guys created whatever. Right? You guys. Okay. That's a product of her environment. You created that. You know what I'm saying? And it says, Ezekiel 37, verse 6, and it said, I will lay sinews upon you and will bring up flesh upon you and cover you with skin and will strengthen you, and you shall live, and ye shall know that I am the house. Spirit of Yahweh Shai, knowing who we are, to understand it, and accepting the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? In its entirety, fully. Okay? That's that breath. That's the breath that Adam was given. You see what I'm saying? He became living. He knew the law. It was in him. Okay? It was something you knew. The law was moral before it got rained on, you know? Before it got rained down and not strife. Okay? But that's just the spirit. Because they have a conscience in them. They know right from wrong, man. That's the God conscience that the Lord put in his people, man. Okay? That's how it goes to the kids when they don't even have one wickedness because that was before the time that Moses and Aaron were out that the law don't do this, thou shalt not do that. So have all the God. I didn't also know that was wicked because at that time it was something that was part of it, right? This is something that was ingrained in them, right? Yeah, grab this quick. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. Right? We're better than our neighbor. We're better than these other nations. Oh, we're born better. Okay? However, they sabotage. That's all they do. That's what they sabotage us. They think they're better, right? They claim to be better, they're smarter, right? But if you were better, then you wouldn't have to sabotage another people. You would just exist and operate better, right? Right. I don't have to, if I know, let's just say I'm running a race, right? I don't have to tie up my opponent's shoes together. Right. You know what I mean? And when the gun goes off, he trips up and I get to go run. No, I trained. I did what I had to do to win this race. I know I'm better. Right? So if you really knew you were better, you would just act as you wouldn't have to sabotage another people and then say I'm better. So that means you're not better. Right? Jake just exists. Jake just is. We are. We're like the most high. That's the most high. Yeah, and they can't fathom it. See what I'm saying? They can't fathom that we just exist and operate in our realm, man. Got natural talent, right? The Most High gives us abilities that these heathens could never have. Okay, and they're like, well, even when Jake is not even operating in the spirit, he still has those abilities. You know what I mean? So just wicked as Jake that have God-given talent, man, from the Most High. So imagine when you're aligned with the Most High, really wicked, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna raise up His men, man. The Lord is gonna give us those abilities. You know the abilities in the world that these people admire Jake to have for having jumping high and running fast. Right. Guess what? All that's gonna be given unto the elect men. Right. See, that's why we're lazy. That's why we want those abilities, man. You know what I mean? We want to be gods, man. We want that righteous praise and fame, but we're working on it from a righteous angle, right? Right. You people are siding with the devil, making deals with the devil, getting cheated out of your own abilities. Yeah. We're not getting cheated out of our own abilities here, man. Everybody here has the opportunity to thrive in this ministry, man. No? Right. We all have a role to play. No? That's something? Oh, no. Okay, just to add to what you say. John 8 and 44, and obviously it says, for you are the children of your father, the devil, and you love to do evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He has always hated the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he is consistent with his character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Just how that people. We're also talking about the fact, like, for example, steroids. That's something that was made for Esau. It wasn't made for Jake. Right. But when Jake takes it to a whole different stratosphere. Right? You can't compare it with it. Ronnie Coleman is a perfect example. He took it, no one to touch that guy. But look what it did to his body, because you weren't supposed to take that shit. Right. I didn't actually the body, right? No. So to add with that scripture that I read, our people, they start to do things like Esau and backfire, because that's not the way you're supposed to be doing shit. Yeah. Eat them like, right. Yeah. Certain things we're not supposed to eat. Certain, you know what I mean? That these other heathens can get away with. They can digest it. The Lord actually created these heathens different. Yeah. For them to actually digest the pork. They're like the pig. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You know, but the scripture says we can give them the pork. Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? So something strangled. Yeah. Give it to them. Yeah. We're not supposed to eat on them dead, but they can eat it because they have whatever is working in their stomach allows them to break that down. See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you're saying. They did scientific research on the body of Jade, the body of Esau, and found that Esau's body is more toxic and more acidic, so he's able to break down. That's why he eats red meat. Eating red blood because its acids much more acidic. You guys should break it down. Our bodies are more alkaline. Right. That's we cook properly. Yeah. Exactly. We're made up different, man. We're not live but love. Yeah, like he said he saw the. Oh yeah, so he said he was laughing again. In order for you to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. Yeah, exactly. Right. So the serpent knew the truth. Yeah. and then he lied to Eve. Yep. Just like how Jacob follows Esau right in it, so they just shoot to the rock. Yep. Right. Yeah, more that was it. Fine. Yeah, you got that. So this is a book of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23. And it reads, "But the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity." That's right. Started with the Israelites. That's right. We're supposed to be born. We're supposed to be God. That's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know? All my power packs getting charged up by the sun, man. Okay? That's right. The best of the best food, man. And the thing in the kingdom, we're only gonna be eating for taste. Our body is gonna be on another level. Right? That's right. Obviously, if we take the herb, it might just, take us to our next level. That's right. But we really don't need the herbs in the kingdom, man. No, that's right. If we're gonna have the new bodies, that's what the heathen. We're gonna do it the feast. Yeah, we're gonna do it the feast, because that's part of what man is supposed to have. Don't give them feast, laugh, whatever. Have time. You know what I mean? Right. That's part of our duty, man. That's right. Go ahead. That's right. It says, verse 24, "Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side is the devil." So our enemies, they hated on our ability, our natural born ability. Right? That's right. So they try and tarnish our image. That's right. Okay? Because they know we're great. Like I said, okay, if they were so great, if they were better than us, then they wouldn't have to sabotage. They would just exist. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. But we don't have to worry about that. We know we're better. We know we're great. There's nothing wrong with that. That's right. Okay? We don't have to envy anybody. The scripture tells us not to envy our enemy. And envy not the person and choose none of his ways. That's right. We don't choose the person. Choose the Most High's way. Yahweh Shem Yahushai's ways. Okay? That's right. That's right. That's right. So like sicknesses, disease, condition. Yep. Yeah. Immorality. That's this whole society is immoral, man. That's right. No morals, nothing. That's right. Okay. And you know who's running it. The wicked people, nobody pursue it, right? Because it's just the facts. Right. All right. Those we're saying is true. Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to point out who the person was. Yeah. You run away. Right. You know. You heard the devil. Yeah. He knows. He knows the devil. We're not playing those games over here. All right. We call out who the devil is. We know who the devil is, right? Got the mark of Cain on it. Right. All right. It makes it easy for us to point out. Well, if you don't have an idea, you might be the devil. There's a good 80% chance you're the devil. I can confidently say that. Yeah. With that mark of Cain, there's an 80% chance you're the devil. We'll witness another couple. We have the mark of Cain. All the way around. And the Mormons too. The Mormons, yeah, they have wicked shit. The Mormons. Was it the Mormons? I think it's the Mormons. And the good Mormons too. Yeah, come on. They're both wicked. Both wicked entities. Yep. Yeah. So it says, verse 24, read again. "Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil," when I started saying that when I started saying this place is immoral, no morals here, it's lawless, you decided to run. Because he's a fugitive. That's right. That's the devil that we're dealing with, man. Yeah. Okay, the so-called white man, if you didn't know. All right? You got to use extrapolation in this world. You got to know, man. The scripture's pointing them out, man. You're not going to fool us and put wool over our eyes anymore, man. We had that wool over our eyes years ago. Okay? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we woke up now, right? We're not taking your word for it, man. Woke up. No? That's why you want to teach just the Bible. Yeah. You can't just the Bible. Put the Bible down. They want to rock us to sleep. Yeah. Exactly. They don't want to teach us stuff, man. It says, "Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it." That's right. So Jake's out there now who are going to make deals with the devil. You're going to find that. That's right. All right. None of you entertainers have these live a good life, man. You're slaves to this stuff, man. All the millions you have, billions you have, they have. You're slave unto the devil, man.
TikTok now saying still that people already know that saying LeBron James doesn't go up.
Yeah,
And he requires sacrifice.
yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
he has a daughter, he has a wife, he has a son. Yeah, I don't have to go.
My son sacrifices ungrateful wife.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
No one can mean
Yeah.
they're probably gonna want a son or a daughter.
Yeah, yeah. No?
But he was eating high. He's eating high.
Yeah. You can't be eating up out of Esau's plate and thinking, you're just gonna sail into the sunset as a Jake.
Yeah.
When you see, we didn't sign no deal to Esau, so we're good. We can go to sleep that time, man. No?
Right.
You niggas can't. I mean, wicked ass niggas that sold their soul to the devil, to Amalek. All right? Corey, you said last week, you said, you again? Yeah, come. Other powerful ones, no. So, it's not a word. You said envy, right? Yeah. Yeah, so once again, book of Witness, 2 verse 24, it says, nevertheless, you envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side, we find it. The deceivers, like devil means deceiver, right? The so-called white man is a deceiver. That's a job. That's what he was set up to do on the earth. Put lies. Believe your oppressor, the main oppressor was Esau, and you've been deceived. Right? It's time for us to unlearn everything we learned from the devil and relearn the scriptures. Started through our apostles and elders on down and get the proper understanding of what the earth, the mysteries, the secrets of the earth, all of these things, secrets of the Most High, and get the true, simple understanding. Select brother. Oh, because this world overcomplicates things, man. And these people want to overcomplicate an answer. And really, it's just as simple as 1 + 1 = 2, straight Amat, straight truth. That's it. Right. See what I'm saying? But these people, because they've been conditioned so much in this world that it has to be more, it has to be more to this. That when we tell them, it's not enough for them. Right? They've been fed this much delusion by the devil. No? Because I'm in the saying that stuff. It's because they like the gray area. Because competition is the gray area where they can hide and oh shit. Oh, I can go do this. Because technically this a wish world, there's nothing that says it. Complicated. But when it's simple, it covers everything. There's no room to hide, there's no room to run. Right? It's very simple. Yes, right. So there was when you said the word envy, right? So etymology. So late 15th century, envy, jealousy, rivalry. So everyone was in rivalry, right? With Jake. That's why he was jealous. He's like, oh, this guy he didn't say I can start with the serpent before the king, right? He was jealous of Abel. Right? Cain was actually born first. Yeah, you're the older brother, and then Abel's born. Who knows how it went? On the final day, Abel's born. Abel's doing things a little bit better than we do. Right? Yeah, that's right. Before they're talking about you, now they're talking about him getting jealous. And he's like, fuck, I mean, killed this. Well, you murdered him. Because killing is different. That's self-defense. Murder is like there's no reason. Yeah. No cause. Yeah. So that's why he is. So that's why the scripture I read before in John 24, Israel's acting like they're the father. So that's why Israel was also doing the same shit. So that first saw them where now they're killing their brother. Oh, this guy has more money than me, right? He has his car, he has his shit. I'm gonna go kill this guy. Right? So that spirit comes from the father. That's why speaking of jealousy, the scripture here is to read it when I just read it. And it talks about Adam, right? Because Adam didn't just fall, right? The scripture, the brother was saying the jealousy of the devil, right? Ezekiel 31 goes into that also. I'll bring it out. Ezekiel 31 and 13. So the man speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to his mouth, who art thou like in thy greatness? Right? This can go twofold because you can also go to Esau, but this I'm reading it because talking about the jealousy that Esau has can take and therefore he corrupts us. Right? Behold, the Syrian was a cedar from Lebanon with bare branches, with a saddle shroud and the staff of 4,000, and its top was among the thick boughs. Right? So it says that the water made him great and deep,
cut him up on the high with the rivers running round about his plants, and her and sent her little rivers unto the trees of the field. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters when he shot forth. All the clouds of heaven made her nest in her boat. That's pretty much Jake. Because when Jake is among the other nations, they use us pretty much to live our swords. And then they become great by using our talent, like using our downfall against us. Under the branches, the beasts of the field bring forth their young, and his shadows dwelt great, like shadows dwelt all great nations, right? Um, thus was he fair in greatness in the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. The cedars in the garden of God, just on the could not hide him, right? The fair tree was not like his boughs, and the chestnut tree was not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his hand. So that's where you got Adam, because Adam stood out. Just like all of us Jakes, we're gonna stand out. Even a two-third nigga stands out. Yeah, that's true. We can't hide, man. So Adam tried to hide back then, right? He got pointed out by the prophets. Yeah. But when we do the same job as the prophets, because they're from the beginning, right? When we call our people out, they get mad, man. Right? They can't hide. He said, Jake, walk down here, you fit a piece in a Edomite body, so to speak. Yeah, they walk different, right? He does in the garden of God could not hide him. The fair tree was not like his boughs, and the chestnut tree was not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto his beauty. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him.
That's all these other nations.
Yeah.
Right. These other nations envied Adam, man. Because they know he was the seed of the righteous, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. The Lord gave him like the getting over all of the invitation. Right? So just like put yourself back then, our nation was like pretty much in charge of all these things. Right? And then these people around the scene all of them like, yo, oh fuck with that. Jake, yeah, they're better than us. What the fuck do you think they are? Right?
Skin's just as dark as his.
Yeah,
because back then, back then everybody was smart.
Yeah.
Was had melanin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, what made them different? Exactly.
That's the spirit.
It was a spirit.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, because thou hast lifted up thyself with height, and had shut up his cup among the thick boughs, and his heart is lifted up in his height. Or he got a little con, right? I have therefore delivered him into the hand of the mighty one of the Edom. He shall surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness. And they were driven out of the garden. He said, well, I'm driven out of the garden. Here we are now. Caught up among the Edom. I have a quick precept for you.
Well, who is that? Mark 8:24. It said, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. So, the Most High compares us to trees, man.
That's right.
Okay? Because we do, there's something called a family tree.
That's right.
Right? A lineage, our branches extend, man. Having heaping on the children, nations. That's right. The Lord said He's gonna make nations out of us. A little one shall be as 1,000. So imagine that. Remember, we posted in the chat. How we posted in the chat. Benjamin with how much youth they have.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
God. And then you said that's gonna be like where that's gonna be like it's gonna be teenagers. Yeah, ain't gonna have that much youth in the kingdom.
Yeah, God.
That's righteous, man. Yeah. We gotta all fulfill our duty of procreating this earth, man.
And that post was made to make Jacob bad.
Right. And they don't understand, like, that's power, man.
Yeah.
That's part of our power, man. Being able to bring forth, multiple of yourself. You know?
Yeah.
They try and like downplay our essence as a man. Right. But you're supposed to have kids.
The whole fucking monogamy shit.
Yeah. You're supposed to have multiple women. You're supposed to have multiple children. That's the only, it only goes one way.
Now, chicks, they all had the whole solving mentality.
Yeah.
Programming shit.
Yeah.
So one woman, one man. So
Yeah.
you know, like that's not gonna work for a man.
Women know that too. And it's failing this world too. It's failing the West. It's failing the East as well.
Yep.
Amen and them motherfuckers.
Islam too.
Yeah. Because it when Moab fucked up. They had that one child policy.
Yeah. And
Fuck
they threw up the fucking
Elam would do that wicked shit. Ammon is now saying they're paying Jake $75K per child that they have. They said Jake specifically. They don't want no other season.
That's right. You're correct. They're gonna breed us out. Listen, there's no such thing as breeding somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right? Unless she saw her do it, or whether they have sex with the slave or whatever. But
Esau can't even go like that.
that's all that's here.
And Esau can't even do it like that. Yo, shooting blanks.
Yeah.
That's what he's been shooting blanks from then. But yeah, okay, he may have had a little tear baby here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what. And you Simeonites, I gotta get on you, man, because I seen some stupid ass video. This Dominican chick talking about why she's Dominican and not black, and they really hold on to the fact that they're a mixture of white, Indios, and black, right?
So fucking
That's what I'm saying. Oh, spiritually, when you really break it down, majority of the people in the island is Israel. Yeah, majority. But Esau doesn't have the spirit to really. You can't outcompete Jake. You may have slaughtered with a lot of the men, right, on the island, Columbus, right? But the Lord still will keep Jake, preserve that lineage. Look what he did to Benjamin.
exactly.
Yeah, look what he did with Benjamin, right? He basically did it to all the tribes at that point. Or Simeon, let's just say he did it to all the Northern Kingdom tribes that were on the island. Of course, they slaughtered a majority of the men. Yeah. But guess what? They sent the work. Right. Exactly. And those men, they have they have more spirit than you ever will. Okay? To reappropriate. Right? So we got to get that notion out of that. He got his tears. Okay? There's tears. Don't get but Jake will overpower no matter what. Jake is the dominant nation in those islands. We're the majority. Okay? Yeah. We're the majority anywhere we really go. They try. We're just mixed up, so they try and use color against us. That's really what it comes down to. No. Genesis 26:4, and it says, "And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thee thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed all the nations." Wow! Earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And that hasn't really fully implemented yet, but it's still, because of who we are, it's there on the earth, man. That's like the foundation. This is whatever that's the foundation. And it's gonna be multiplied in the kingdom. On earth as it is in heaven. So we have to in the kingdom it's gonna be multiplied. Jake does it unknowingly because that's just who we are. Like I said, we're like the Most High. We just exist. We're just gonna do things. Our spirit, is inclined to do that are righteous. That is just righteous. Yeah. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Supposed to have kids, whatever. You breed a gal,
it's something that should
Oh, teen pregnancy. Oh, yeah, teen pregnancy. He's a devil. But he's still going after the teens and looking right. The secret. Yeah, shadow. He's going to deal with those.
Oh, you gotta be 18.
Oh, yeah, more boys. Yeah, what are you doing? It's kind of like it's a perverse, right? But when he does deal with it, he will deal with like Trump and his style. Yeah. It's been there, it's coming back out. With a lot of
Yeah, he went up in that office, so he had to throw and wow.
Yeah.
That's what you know what I'm saying? That's all he did.
A lot of information on him.
Yep. Man, the damn pedal.
Yeah. Let me get this real quick. Jeremiah 30:11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. Talking about Israel. Not gonna make a full end of the nation of Israel. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure. Right. So okay. In the island of ER, it's Esau that's running at the top. So that's who's correcting you in measure. That's who's correcting all of us, wherever we are, man. Esau, Amalek at the top.
All the islands.
See what I'm saying? But they're not the majority. Mexico is Amalek that's running.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You go to St. Vincent, have a Edomite family.
That's right. You know, even like Jamaica, the prime minister there, they're not Jake.
Edomite, man.
Those guys are either Edomites or Syrians, man.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're not Jake, man.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, man. That man, yeah. Those men are not Jake, man. They don't have. You never seen one dark skinned prime minister in Jamaica. No, not one.
Michael Manley and other group. And when you go to find out, Jake was following his life. Yeah. Jake was following
And
his
see, now you mentioned that point, even though white is wicked, but the point is that because we vibrate on the frequency of the whole side, we just attract things, right? So your women are just attract wherever we go, we just attract energy. So wherever we go, even we're trying to be low key, you got a hoodie on, sweatpants, people are still gonna look at you. Who's this guy?
try to hide.
You can't hide. You can't hide.
My job, I try hiding. I can't hide.
You got hired.
Yeah, man.
I can't hide.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Why you not act like them?
Yeah.
What makes you so different? You know, just trying to figure you out, man.
Yeah, because exactly.
The CIA program didn't work on us. So they're like,
Exactly.
what the fuck? You know? It says, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. You know? That's the Lord, man. The Lord, he's still gonna preserve his people, man. Okay? You think they wiped out all God? Let's be real here, man. God is round the boat. God is round the way, man.
God is in the West.
Yeah. God is all over, man. Yeah. You gotta go to the park. You see God in Toronto. Right? Yeah.
They blend in with the other nations somewhere.
Right. And then, yeah, they can blend in, right? Keep them with the cake not turn, they mix up, whatever. Whatever.
They're here.
Yeah, man.
So like dogs skating, blood ice too, like
Yeah.
so they got a bunch of money. You know, there's some birds that can't like move up to the bunch of got it.
Yeah, they got, yeah.
You know.
That's right.
I mean, that's a lot of God I say back in like the early 60s, 70s, and you have like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like I
Yeah, he sounded good.
James Brown. A lot of them are actually the northern tribes, right? As a whole tribes. Yeah. Jackson, James Brown, that singer Miguel. A lot of them darker. But yeah, they're a lot of them because a lot of them were mixing with so-called Negro food, right? So a lot of them came out of dark there's something called like Black Indians darker than so a lot of our Chuck Berry, I think, so a lot of them had that facial features of more like warriors, right? As a so rough man, yeah, lion. Exactly. A lot of them are actually opposite. But it's still not the same nation. Yeah, it's the You know, a lot of them, a lot of the northern tribes are darker, right? Yeah, back then. Yeah, back.
It's crazy though that everyone knows this movie, but they're talking about they're showing how boys are being sold as a girlie. They put them like gold dust on them, they're selling them. And they also showed how they went there and then they had dad and the guy came in and said, oh, why do you have the Indians locked up? He's like, well, there's a problem with them. So they won't breed, they won't work. They're not like the Negroes. They're different.
They're a different spirit, yeah. Because they broke their spirit down. That's why they didn't want to. That's why they didn't want to do nothing. Exactly. Because what Esau did is he slaughtered when the men went out to go hunt and fish or whatever, they would come back to their reserve, whatever, their little teepees and stuff, and see the woman all that's scattered, dress chopped off, fucked up, kids dead, right? And so the men in the spirit, like, what do we have to fight for? They really broke that spirit down. You know what I mean? So that's why going to what you said, yeah, their spirits, they're just heavy drinkers, yeah. Oh, yeah, and they don't care about nothing. Okay?
And then people always like, oh, you have years to make up or whatever, bro. That shit goes into the blood.
Yeah. Intergenerational trauma.
Yeah, we're fucked up. We're fucked up. You know, we might seem like we're normal, but we're fucked up.
And Esau knows this.
Yeah.
Esau knows that we're going through intergenerational trauma. So he'll try you. He knows you're catching hell.
Yeah.
He knows you're going through hell, man.
Yeah. They know.
And he'll try and get you on edge. Oh yeah, that's what I want you to act like.
Yeah.
You know? And you got nigga loud, obnoxious. I knew it was in you. Prove me right. Right? Because it's the devil that the Bible speaks
You know, any man can, like, you're allowed to get angry. But when Jake get angry, like, oh, yes, he's an angry black man.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Let's skip right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Spirit.
In the book of Genesis 49, verse 19, you read, God, a troop shall overcome him, and he shall overcome at last.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Read that again?
Yeah, come.
Yeah.
The book of Genesis 49, verse 19, you read, says, God, a troop shall overcome him, and he shall overcome at last.
That's right. So what happened to the guy, which was the Native Americans? The troop had overcame them. They were going to war. And they were Esau died. You know what I mean? It was, but it was through the spirit. Esau had to come through with the Gatling gun. You know what I mean? Because hand-to-hand combat, guy was getting down, bro. You know what I mean? Guys on the horses, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. Dad even had the whatever. Dad was using Esau's tools. Yeah, that's right. He's on the horse. Boom. Yeah. You know what I mean? Doing down, yeah. He's sliding like this. He do whatever on the horse. You know what? You're never doing that. I've never had no style like that. Spirit. I mean, no spirit. You know what I mean? Even God's your cry. Yeah, that's right. God didn't get in the zone. Okay, you guys were afraid of that alone. That's right. You learned more from God. Yeah. You know, because that's how God got down. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they have the military they have now is because of the Native Americans. That's right. You know what I'm saying? The tactics, the different names that they named the helicopter, the Apache helicopter, whatever. You know what I mean? Black Hawks. Yeah. Them talk there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say spiritual, but on my way down here, listen to the bishops Connecticut. It's the same topic too. Yeah, that's what they run now. It's all given to power. Not they're actually like votes against it. They're like people like they come say people like Sunday, who else? Yeah, the name, but this like kind of people like them against but they all failed. That's not the time. Well, good time. To go overcome, I'll tell you that because we're here like at the last coming to the last that time now. I was going to stand get it about the rise, but not sure what to do it. So yeah, right. They had a missile called a Tomahawk missile. Yeah, Tomahawk, right? You know, that's all I'm getting. You gotta give credit for that. All right, all the tribes get big up there, man. That's all. Basically, going into how people want to overcomplicate action, right? Yeah. Deuteronomy 30 and 10 and 10 says the Lord Yahweh, your God, will delight in you if you obey His voice. Keep the commands and decrees written in His book of instruction. Right? A lot of you people don't like instruction. You know what I mean?
What tribe you guys?
We don't know.
You don't know?
We're probably from one of these three tribes. That's
Shit.
okay. Do you see yourself on the sign here?
Fuck, dude. I'm a real Jew. I'm a fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amalek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amalek? No, I'm not fucking Amalek. I'm a fucking guy.
Don't worry, friend. All right, have a good one. See you later, Esau.
He's drunk as hell.
Oh yeah,
What's happening? Drinking, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Why are you
This is his
on a
kingdom.
Sabbath?
That's not kosher.
Yeah.
Why is he drinking on a Sabbath?
Yeah.
It's not kosher, bro. Oh yeah, you're drinking on Sabbath.
It's Saturday, man.
Saturday.
Sabbath, man.
Yeah, whatever. One of these three tribes, Southern Kingdom.
God,
Is what it is. We don't know for sure. That's why I said that. You know what I
it's
mean?
all good.
But like,
You can
devil
you
anyway.
can even be from Issachar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. We really don't know. And there's also times where certain men they come back in different tribes. You
That's
never
right.
know. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
You just never know. If you really think about it, you just never know, right? The Lord could seal 144,000 and then say, okay, you're just trying this.
That's it.
You never know.
Never really know.
You
Yeah.
never know.
You're like, oh, I thought I was
right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? He just needs to seal the 144,000. It doesn't matter. He can say, oh, 12,000 each tribe. Yes.
Man, as long as
Yeah.
as long as I'm found.
That's it.
Man, I don't care what travel
With the
from.
crown on my head.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But as long as I get a job.
Yeah.
That was the spirit, the envy of the devil. His ways was that.
Yeah.
It's all intoxicated. Right? This is his kingdom. This is how he's acting.
Exactly. He knows
Like
what
a-
Amalek.
like a contender.
Hold on.
No.
Amalek.
Oh, definitely Amalek.
He's the one that really except for himself.
Yeah.
Except for New Year's.
Something very strong.
Yeah.
Right.
A quick one or?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this was like I'm saying that it's like how God I look like that in the God. Look at the warriors. That's right. The book of First Chronicles 12, verse 8 says, under the Gadites, they are separated themselves unto David into the whole of wilderness, men of might and men of war fit for the battle. To handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like faces of the faces of the lions, and they were suited as they rose upon the mountains.
That's right.
Yeah, so when you put the word, yeah, that's what it's true. Just like that, just like that, like men of war, men of power, yeah. Right? And that's that's the tribe that was like, don't get you to fight, war, and the building tribes don't want let's be to go fight. Yeah, they have a rooted, okay? So the two main tribes, which will fight. And actually, go many strongholds because they were, because they're the ones that were leading the church.
Right. That's right. But no, Reuben is unstable. Right? He's a wild man. Not Ishmael, but he was just a wild guy. You get down, you throw down. That's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're outdoorsmen too. Like they're really outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like nothing bothered them. Those guys were when they were on this land, they had like a certain ceremony when you reach a certain age, like 12 or 13, 12 I think. They have to go out into the forest and kill an animal, man, kill a wolf, kill a bear, and have to come back. That was part of their training. Spartans did that. That's what they were trained.
The Spartans and we call the Vikings did it too.
Correct. Yeah. See what I'm saying? It's like nowhere in the scriptures does it say to do that. You know what I mean? But
So family
it was just something to do.
Yeah.
It don't make you less of a man if you did it or you didn't.
Yeah.
But that was just something men did because, it was a game. It was almost a game as well.
It's like, oh, sometimes put their hand in a bullet ants.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. To see how manly they are. Like, that part of their ritual was they get to a certain age. One bullet adds, man. That's like 10,000 bullets. You saw it down there try to do the same thing, like, and you cry like a bitch, man. Pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Almost died.
Yeah.
Cried that last time.
That's right. Yeah, down no level, man. Not Jake. Crazy Asherites, they're doing that down there, man. That's right. The real in the bushes Asherites that never seen no iPhone. Yeah,
Remember a couple of years ago when he saw one thing that dropped some thing. And he was like, and one they were addicted to porn.
Right.
Oh yeah, I see that one.
Yeah, you saw the devil.
Yeah.
That's a bomb in itself. Porn is a bomb in itself. It's a psychological warfare, that shit. Witchcraft. Sorcery, that stuff. That's how Esau controls the mind. Yeah. And you try to weaken your fighting spirit.
How do you not want multiple wives?
Yeah,
You want,
yeah.
you don't want to throw in there when you're watching.
Yeah.
Watching.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I say no Esau's and viruses. Viruses you don't take out, it's spreading. Spreading, replicating, put in this area, you gotta go bother how to touch. Yeah, I'm doing it. We haven't made that. I gotta do it because it's in my DNA. It's the corrupt.
Yeah.
Fuck them up. This is who he is. That's
Yeah.
you're the corrupter. You got the corrupt the corroding touch. You got the minus touch, you got the corroding touch. Touch is the key. Right. Can't build nothing to last. Right? Planned obsolescence. You're the devil.
Yeah.
Okay? Jake, when Jake was inventing and making things, them stuff what Jake was inventing and making them shits fast, right? Pyramid still use this thing.
Exactly.
Like, you know, when Jake did the fridges, you know what I mean? Certain inventions. Now these fucking new fridges are always breaking. LG, you name it, Samsung, these brand new stainless steel, you know what I mean? Appliances.
The cars.
These things got cars as trash. When Jake, you know what I mean, was actually the beginning of the inventions before the cosmetics, them shits was lasting. And them shits probably still last to this day. The only reason why they're not in the household no more is because of the aesthetic. Because it doesn't look modern anymore. But the functionality was there. Right? That's how you know you're the devil, Esau, man. You take away functionality and just focus solely on cosmetics. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4, and it says that there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, identifying Esau, Edom, so far away, man. Was really red. Okay, the Lord gave him a cloud, and then John, when he's breaking this down, he's writing in code, man. You can't just say the Edomites.
Yeah.
Because the Romans knew that they were Edomites.
They would have probably like ripped the whole thing off.
Yeah, they burned it.
Yeah.
They would have killed him, man. Red horse. Oh, red horse. You know, Esau, he's proud, right? So he's like, he's a madman. You're thinking John's a madman. You know, both they read this. They read it at the time. It went over their head.
What bullshit?
Yeah.
Get him in here.
Yeah. No, remember, he had to write it in a way where he had to incorporate some form of mythology, the Roman mythology and all that shit. So that he had to code it. Right?
Wrote it for the elect.
But he wrote it for the elect to understand.
Just for him to come back and break it down.
Or in heaven, Zeus. Think about, you know what I mean? He didn't mention Zeus, but you know what I mean? Like these carnal beasts eating my mind. They're thinking, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Like said, it was more of they let that break it down when you come back because we understood the incarnation. They needed to,
Right.
they didn't understand that you come back.
Right.
When they die.
Yeah.
We know, okay, if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna make sure that I know to break it down. When I come back, I'm gonna break it down. Come back,
Come back in my life.
Exactly.
They had faith to know that they were coming back in their life.
Yeah,
Right. You see what I'm saying? That takes faith, man. You're gonna say something, brother?
yeah, like which like no, like just the way we saw like which these scriptures prophecy like when you say like the Jehovah's Witnesses when they have down outlet, actually like a red horse, like pale horse, like a white horse, like in the picture. Actually, that's what they think because so come in like a pale horse, a red horse, that thing is cast out well, the sword actually come out like we're warning people. That's how bad they are, man. That's how you know like you might not a spiritual man, he's actually a carnal man. Yeah. They don't think like there's a woman.
Oh, that's red horse.
Yeah. That's yeah, when it was you got
Yeah. This is global. So
yeah, they like send me the moments I just got pictures like that, red horse, white horse, black horse, you know.
So it's say a carnal man can't receive the things. But they're not super concerned. Yeah. So John's probably laughing while he's writing this. Yeah, he's dumbass. He's like a bulldog. You know what I mean? I'll work in the salt mine. That'll clear. Let's strive the way, man. Because he knew his reward is great in heaven, man. He knew the reward is greater than shit. Right? I wanted to make a point. For those Christians, right? Because these Christians use that passage, so you might have to get it. The war in heaven, saying his angels, and you know, they use that passage and say that was that's when Satan fell out with the Most High.
Oh yeah.
Right? But that happened. That happened all the way at the end of the book. How the fuck does that equate to the beginning?
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose. That goes into the big. This is that's a ladder prophecy.
Yeah.
That never happened. And then, by your logic, you're basically saying the Most High is not all powerful. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Most High.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Guys, yeah, they're two separate entities.
I'm gonna let you back.
Guys are all
Whatever you say, bro.
I'm gonna let you back.
Have a good day, bro. Have a good day. Have a good day. You guys fight out like.
All right. Take care. Take care.
All right.
That one word,
Right.
that one I did harming him right now.
Yeah.
The truth about Amalek. He knows about Amalek.
Yeah, he's bubbling.
Exactly. Dude, you said what? We didn't even know that was bothering him like that.
Yeah. But we're not worried about you.
That's it. Go drink your beer, Amalek.
Yeah. Revelation 6:4, and it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and they that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. This like the weapon, so it's blood and sword, right? So and when he goes into the nation, what happens? He gives off his different philosophies, for example, the prophecy. And when he went to Nigeria, that fucking shell, they left Nigeria tavern, right? Because we can actually towards the land. When Esau goes into these other nations, it always tends the vibration. It's never in the way that it was before. It always becomes worse. Another example, Buffalo massacres, right? When Esau massacred a bunch of buffalo, God, that is exactly like stuff like that. Yeah. Right. So that's to show you the wickedness of what Esau does. To not just our people, but also to the well-known land.
Yeah. Like now you're seeing what he's doing. Like, he's the same thing.
Right.
The man's a nut job, man. Poison the water. That where you get this guy from? No? But he's a perfect example. The Lord made it to be adverse, right?
Our beef really is with our people. How do you not see that? Free, most majority of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the Northern Kingdom's finding out.
Oh yeah.
And they're still not blaming him.
But yeah, no. Yeah. They're blaming Trump. They're not. They just think
The whole nation.
that's the problem with our people, man.
Oh man.
You guys gotta understand that it's a national thing. Yeah. It's a nation as a whole, man. And the Lord judges nations. He judges them as a whole. He doesn't judge individuals. Right? The Lord said, you and thy king shall go into captivity. That means everybody in the nation, everybody. Righteous, wicked, it don't matter. See what I'm saying?
Show you those movies too, like with the Kente and like, oh, I was the top guy in my village.
Right.
I was a prince.
Right.
I'm over here, you're fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the kings, man. You saw some of the warriors that used to train him on the same boat.
Right.
Great men. So that he knew was strong as shit. Right? See him on the boat, he's like, yo,
Powerless.
what are you doing here?
Powerless.
Yeah.
How did you get hemmed up?
Yeah.
How did you get caught up?
If I even see your king.
Yeah.
For a lot of them saw their king.
Yep.
And like once you see your king in captivity, you're like, yo, your head's gonna go down, man. You
Yep.
can't be like,
Yep.
the king like this, you
Yeah.
can't be like this.
Yeah. Because imagine your morale is broken just based off of that. Imagine seeing your king in captivity in chains. And you looked up to that man. He was the guy, he was the top gun.
Yeah.
And now he's in captivity, chained up. And your morale broken, man. What are you gonna do?
Right.
The Lord had to break us, man. The world, rebellious people, man. Hard-headed, don't want to take no chat. Don't want to take no correction. You know what I mean?
Even when the Israelites get in power, so it's also planning of their kings and their presence. Yeah. But once those nations see their kings in presence and iron, they're like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right, Charles?
Yeah.
Or in chains or what? God that follow. Their spirit needs to be broken, just like how our spirit was broken.
But yeah, they have to be on display. The top elites, they have to be in chain on display in front of all of their
That's right.
own nation. They got to see it. So their head have to be down. You know?
The walk of shame, the real walk of shame.
It's the book of Zephaniah 3, verse 8, and it reads, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations that may that may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured by the fire of jealousy.
Right. All the nations are going to take part in the judgment. Lord ain't spared none of you. You all had a part to play in our downfall, right? You all turned your head away. You guys, no other nation came up with to defend us, which we don't need them to. But I'm just saying, you had the chance to, you had the opportunity to, yeah, right? But no, as long as you got your little kickback from Esau, you're good. Esau set you up, gave you little business grants and loans, 0% interest loans. You know what I mean? You were good. You know, you turned the other cheek, built up. You have your money. You're able to pass down to your family, right? Profit out to Jake and they're suffering. You were good, so you just shut your mouth. Because if you spoke, you would have lost all of that. Right?
Revelation 9, verse 20, and it says, and the rest of the men that were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils or idols of gold or silver or brass, stone, and of wood.
I almost got hit, bro. Yep. Out of
Which neither can see or hear or walk, neither repented they of their murders or their sorceries,
right.
or their fornications or their thefts.
That's right. Murder, sorcery. They're not gonna repent of that stuff. All the wicked, all the Hollywood shit that they put on, right? They don't want it, they're proud. But we need them to be proud so we can beat their eyes. You know what I mean? What's the point if they're not proud? There's no fun in that. There's no fun. You know?
Yeah. That's what Batman always need do. And whoever superheroes with the opposite. You know, you need someone to go up against. That's why he does himself. Beat his ass. Yeah. Right? He beat us up. Even now he has us conquered something, come back and fuck with us. Yeah. You know, just because. Yeah. You know?
Get away with it.
Yeah.
And the law's set up for him, not us. All right, you gotta fight tooth and nail to get your rights in this people. You know what I mean? You don't have the same rights as the devil. As much as they try and make it seem, oh, everybody, shouldn't say they have rights and all this crap. No. Esau in this kingdom, he's innocent until proven guilty. Jake is guilty until proven innocent. These devils know that, man.
God, the Constitution was set up when you were in captivity.
Yeah,
This has nothing to do with you.
that's right. We're considered 3/5 of the human being. Yeah. Less than a dog. Dogs have more rights. To this day, dogs have more rights than
Son love dogs, the woman love dogs.
Yep.
I saw a video to this bitch walking out in a bikini. Yeah, bitch was a bitch. One guy in a bikini in the streets, man. Someone's filming her with a big ass dog and she's walking like, that's unprotected, that's a man. Yeah. No, it's disgusting. Yeah. Little girls. Dogs almost bigger than those dogs are fucking those girls.
Oh yeah.
Walking side by side. Looking at left and burns over yeah.
The dog has to be in that spot. You get the dog comes first.
Right.
Yeah. So it was like maybe 2 years ago. Me and this brother, we seen the bus drive by. We seen a bus drive by that way. We're at that town. And in the bus, it was a city bus. There was a dog sitting like it was a human with glasses on, a straight face. And we're like, yo, what the fuck? This is a bugged out kingdom. Like,
Look at the car. Look at the car.
wow. Wow. And that's Amalek.
Yeah, yeah. The scripture tells you can't be doing that. Even in Islam, tells you can't even have a dog in your house.
Right.
You know? Even the other nations know.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, look, if you come over here with a dog, right?
Oh,
You know,
I didn't see that.
dogs are that. Right.
No, you know.
You know? But now everyone's pretty much adjusting to the ways of the Edomite.
That's right.
Everyone be kissing their dogs in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know, in the states that
Yeah.
disgusting.
Very jealous. That's right.
I did not know that about myself, so I ran up to the street till I thought. Yeah.
Because he's an animal. Yeah.
Dog, dog
I was go to that side and then just come.
When we get rid of Esau, it's gonna happen in 1,000 years. It's gonna work. Find them up, run them up. Next one is Ishmael. Because remember, Ishmael started to slave first, and Esau came, and they taught Ishmael that stuff the same. He translated the same trade, right? Right?
Right.
Ishmael was already doing that before he started doing that with us.
Go.
Guess I'm like, Ishmael was doing that shit. So when we get rid of Esau, who's the next number one?
Yeah.
You're the next number one.
Forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah. Forever.
Ishmael doesn't. Ishmael wicked. Ishmael
Nail
fucking Esau's a good guy. Rabbit under him. Ishmael.
Yep. I'm doing the same wall now.
Yeah. Yeah. He did a lot on our woman too. As much as our women are wicked, he's got the pay for that.
I finally found them.
Okay?
Same thing we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noah and
Oh, but it's being trippy, you know what I mean? I don't know. Scared, whatever. Scared, yeah, it's scared. Yeah.
It makes sense. I just or
no matter what you said. Wait.
Yeah.
you get older, that goes we're kind of beats. Don't think on words. You're innocent.
Yeah.
Innocent out of it.
Yeah.
You said.
I know they're innocent. You know,
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's kind of strange. Bridget,
Yeah. They're probably Amalek. Yeah, they're probably. That's how they go. Yeah. That's why you're supposed to hold on to your kids. You know what I mean? But people think this world is all like a fairy tale or something.
playground.
A playground. Like bad things don't happen, man. That's how your kids go missing, man. America alone, I think it's like 500,000 kids go missing every year or some shit.
Yeah, the downplay that now. Back in the days,
Yeah, the Mount Carter version.
Now they don't even talk about it.
Yeah. It's a lot. That's a lot of kids going missing every year. Not reported. And it's stuff that's not reported.
Yeah.
No? And I said that in the spirit because she should have hold on to her kids.
She did after.
She did after, I know. But
Most I told you.
yeah, it was the Most High telling her through the prophets. Right? Because you're not
I'm involved around the house. That's what
Yeah, you know.
yeah, the dog is a weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what's your number?
Yeah. Oh, let's get that one. Yeah. You get that one. Go on, brother.
Yeah.
Read my mind.
Remember script of what he saw. Let him around your dog.
Oh yeah. It's right. Dogs are my father.
Right here. The book of Job 30, verse 1 says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained, to have set with the flocks, the dogs of my flock." It says, right here it says,
Disdain. Let's get that word. Pick up that word. Read that part again.
Job 30 verse 1, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained, have set with the dogs of my flock."
Disdain is
Apology, it says, think unworthy or worthless. Look upon with contempt, scorn, abuse.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at these Edomites. I'm scorning them. Huh? Yeah, right? Yeah. Don't eat from an Edomite. Man. Okay? You don't know what they don't wash chickens. You know, they say that the the bacteria gets killed in the oven. Once it's at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the bacteria gets killed in the oven, so we don't have to wash our chicken. That's disgusting, man. Their practices, they feel that they don't have to shower. No, right? They don't shower their legs? Yeah, just whatever. They have to. Yeah, they have the 5-in-1 body wash. Cover their hair, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. That's wicked, man. That's lazy as hell too. No, no, that's scrub. They don't scrub. They don't use a wash rag. They're like, why would we use a wash rag? Right? They just use their bare hand.
A couple of years too, when they were saying when you go to the washroom, they don't wash their hands.
Right. Yeah.
But for the share podcast, I'm laughing about it.
Yeah. And this is the high IQ people, right? Right? These are the people that are worried about the COV, right? Oh, did you take your shot? Right? But you don't wash your hands, you're not cleanly, but you're worried about Jake not taking the shot. You kidding me? Jake, even though Jake's wicked, they're way cleaner than you, man. Okay? You worried about Jake not taking some bullshit. Actually comes with the body, like it smells like a wet dog. Wet dog, yeah. I remember that's hard to summertime. I'm so like this. Yeah, it smells horrible. Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially when they're not taking care of grooming themselves how they should do. Yeah. No? But you're gonna have that disdain in the kingdom, man. All right, you can keep them practices up in the kingdom because I ain't gonna be around you. The Sabians are gonna be around you. All right, they're gonna have to deal with that, man. Okay.
That what you were saying. I think it was the Victorian area during the time of Europe. Like, back in the history, they talked about how they weren't cleaning themselves, trying to see the Romans. That was a Edomite school.
Yeah.
They're taking shower twice a year. One was on the woman taking on a wedding day, and I think it was a thing she was born. And it was a wedding day, and there was another day. But those are 2 times we take a shower her whole lifetime. Yeah, right. And the reason why they got the bouquets of flowers, the smell was so bad.
But that's what Gad did, right? That's what Gad did when he came across you down devil, right?
Yeah.
They put the flower to his nose so that
Yeah, they would have this joke I see with people all the time in the movies, like, yeah, what's that smell? It smells good. Like, oh, it's so this, like that's what
yeah. That's so you don't know about soap.
almost so. He said, for them, if the chief was rotting, that means they're loyal. Because the people be rotting out because of sugar. Exactly. Because you're able to afford sugar. It looked like a badge of honor to have rotting. I was like, yo, you guys, that's how you know you guys are Edomites. That's how you know you're Edomites. That made logical sense to me. But when the Moors came, they're like, yo, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, clean up this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, people took a shower.
Which are Israelites, more than Israelites. People don't know that.
They're not Arabs. They just follow a fucking Arab religion. That's it.
Created by Jake Henry.
It says verse 2. Where to by the strength of their hands profit me, in whom all edges perished. Means wisdom. Now, why? That's why like that's what it says. Like, the younger than I, they came out first. They look at the data, the art, y'all know that they're not responsible. If not happens, they're not based that y'all experimenting with things like children. No.
And it says, great men are not always wise, neither do they understand judgment.
Well, that's Esau, man. He's not even great, but in this movie, he is great. He's looked upon as great. But he's not wise. Bill Gates and these guys, they're not wise. Elon Musk.
But why is never go wrong? They're not wise.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. They don't feel good. That's why they're not wise.
That's right.
If I have knowledge, if I can knowledge you, so that's it, right? Well, they're not wise. also say that the knowledge of wicked is not wisdom.
That's right. Yep, two different things. Knowledge and wisdom are two different things. Yep. Yeah, like let's go back to how NASA is. They used to because the Turkish tried to Jake those the Turkey and those Amalekites who were one tribe. They're all Amalek, and it got split up. They would wear their clothes. Yeah, they won't change their clothes. They won't shower. Yeah, right. They're disgusting.
Yeah, as low, as low economic on the table we are, as Jake is, just like still make sure we presentable. Make sure that we shower, we do our due diligence to be cleansed, right? Yeah, right, and have proper hygiene. Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's just part of our trust. Like you don't like that, like, albeit it doesn't, because we don't play that. Right?
Yeah, you'll see rich Edomites walking around looking like a fucking bum, and they'll be like multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Look at the Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
Amalek, he looked like a fucking like homeless dude. Yeah.
And that's I don't fault Jake. Yeah, because comes into a little money, he buys stuff for himself, whatever he wants to show that
Yeah.
whatever, man, because that's in your spirit, man. You're just supposed to. You have money. These Edomites, they have money, and they just they keep it in gold, that they put it in trust. They pass it down. They pass it down. They don't want to spend money.
Make one son.
Right? Yeah, one son,
Fucking retard.
right, or one daughter.
Yeah.
You don't even keep continuing to have kids. Let's say you keep getting daughters. You don't keep continuing to try and get a son, at least to pass down the lineage to him, right? You Edomites are through, man. But my point is that you don't even want to buy nice things, right? You don't care to I guess quote unquote, you're not real rulers, you're not real kings. Your spirit is not there to show that you have wealth. Not to say you should, but you shouldn't. But like I said, I don't fault Jake for expressing who he is, because that's Jake. They got to put gold in their mouth. If you want to do, you do that. Whatever. You got your own time.
They're lucky that we don't have gold put in our hair.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's right. You know what I mean? Because we put jewels in our mouth. Because King Solomon said that as well.
That's right.
All right?
Gold too. That's
Jake does that, man. That's nothing new under the sun.
that's a sign of wealth.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You Edomites don't do none of that, man. Or, but then,
He might look gold in his mouth. That looks
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And my point to all of this is, but when they see Jake, doing well for himself, but he just make sure he has a little something, they're jealous, they're mad. You know what I mean? But you can do it too. This is your kingdom.
you can do whatever the fuck you make.
That's what I'm saying. Go make the sacrifices that you need to make to get in with your. Go figure out where your lineage goes back to, and try and get in with them elites, man. And go make them deals. What's you waiting on, man?
I think what you're saying, that's why we mentioned envy earlier. That's why when someone's envious, they can have more than you, still have a problem with you.
Yeah.
They have everything more than you, but it's like, yo, it's like, bro, you have all this, you have rich, you have money, you have wealth, you have status. You still have a problem with me? Because I have something that you can't get. You can't buy what I have.
Yeah.
Which is
Aura, right?
Exactly.
Our birthright, our essence, our overall, we're Israelites.
Yeah, they go back to that birthright. What
Yo, brother, I can ask you guys a question. You guys distinguish yourselves from the state of Israel. Like, are you guys different from the state, or like you guys?
Yeah, we're the 12 tribes of Israel that can be found in the Bible.
Okay.
That's who we are.
So how about I'm African. I'm not just asking out of curiosity, right? Not for anything else, though, right? So the people that are there right now, like doing the genocide and stuff like that, are they Israeli or no?
They're Israelis.
Not Israelite.
They're not Israelites.
They're not.
Majority of them are not Israelites.
Okay. And the difference between that is what the tribes you said, right?
Yeah,
They were the real ones.
yeah. So this is a
So, but they're not fake though.
They're fake. Yeah.
they're imposters.
That's why, because real spiritual people wouldn't even be committed to genocide, you know.
Not in that match. Not no. But the thing is, the Most High, He's in control of all things, right? So the Most High is in control of war. Let's get that.
No.
The Lord is so all the things that you see that's going on, it's
Yeah.
all being sanctioned by the Most High God.
Okay.
As messed up as it may seem, The Lord is bringing forth judgment on the earth because the real people, the real Israelites are not in their land right now. See what I'm saying? They're not set up properly. So that's why there's always been chaos and contention in the Middle East for years on end. Right? Ever since you were born, you've been hearing about the Middle East, oh, chaos, no peace, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? No peace in the Middle East. But the reason why is because people that you see on this sign here, right, is because they're not in their land and they don't know who they are. They've been lied to on who they are on the earth.
So is it the same group that like stole like land from the Palestinians that also like stole your like guys' identity to that land or no?
I'm gonna answer through the scripture. Yeah, listen to this and then all right, so grab that quick.
So Deuteronomy 32:39, it says, "See now that even I am He, and there is no God with me. I heal and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand."
Get the one that the Lord is a man of war. Excellent. All right, grab that.
This is book of Job 9:24.
Job 9:24, right?
Yeah, I read, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right. So the Lord said that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So the Lord made the wicked rule the earth right now. Right. So the wicked is a race of people on the planet. Okay.
The primary, it's like the primary line is one of the issues. That's the primary line of what the land of the earth. That's the business. That's why the top line. Everywhere else on earth, you feel that's the key. That's why we're there. That the whole region. That's why almost like really going to that's why it's actually culture there. Like the way this like the whole the man the first for Israel. That's the sense of the earth. Yeah. The whole globe. That's why it's like
Yeah, the Middle East is in the middle.
Yeah.
Center of the earth.
Yeah. But it's a key region.
Yeah.
And it used to be a very plush land as well. Right? Very fertile land. Right? A fertile crescent. But it's no longer as fertile as it was. It's no longer fertile. They have to import trees over there now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you guys gave me an answer with the scripture, right?
Right.
But I was gonna say, like outside of that, like, is there an answer? Is it the same people who stole like the lands from Palestinians that kind of like took you guys away from the land or the identity of that?
Yes.
Yeah, the same people, right?
Yes, because the wicked on the earth is the so-called white man.
Yeah.
That could be found in the scriptures.
Because that makes sense. He's
The process of
they're
elimination.
stealing lands from Palestinians.
Yeah.
And then your claim to like your identity, like in that
Yeah.
land, like same person who's doing that is probably doing other crimes.
Yeah.
too.
That's also not their land as well. So that's why they're getting messed up over there too. However, right, we got to put this.
So you guys would say that's your land?
Yes, that's our land, and by birthright, that's our land by birthright. We were brought here as slaves. This is not technically the whole earth is our land, but that's actually our land. That region there, that's actually our land, right? And it's been stolen from us, right? You get that in you have I got the I don't know why. All right, go ahead. Okay, so
Exodus 15:3 is just says the Lord Yahweh, Yahushai is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
right, so the power that we serve, he's a God of war. Okay, so he's a God of good and evil. See what I'm saying? So it's or bad, so to speak. He brings forth judgment. Everybody just thinks God is just one dimensional. It's only good. But why would God do that? Right? No, he's a balanced power. If you do bad, he's gonna judge you. See what I'm saying? If you do good, he's gonna judge you. Right? That's how he works. Judge. If you do good, he's gonna judge you with good stuff. Right?
Yeah.
If you do bad, he's gonna judge you with bad stuff. See what I'm saying? There's certain things that you may reap. If you reap murder, he's gonna have to. The judgment for murder is for you to be killed. See what I'm saying? Because we don't want murder on the earth, right? So the Lord is a balanced power, right? And just go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. But like, okay, we see like Israel, like it's a colonial state, like a colonizer state, right? They
Right.
colonized Palestine, right?
Right.
And obviously, like the Palestinians are not colonizers. They never came to no one's land, to steal the land, bloodshed and stuff like that. So you guys don't.
What are the Palestinians? Are they Arabs?
They're native.
Are they Arabs?
Native.
Native what?
They're native to that like land.
Are they Arabs?
They're Arab. They're from the line of Ishmael. They're not native to the land. They traveled through here.
Yeah, famous that they came to Jerusalem around in the 600s during the time of that the Islamic Revolution, and they were occupying that land up until now, until 1940. Yeah,
1948. That's when they brought in
So you guys are saying you guys were majority in the land, and then the Muslims
Have you
came
heard
in.
of the Arab slave trade?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
That's who they were taking out of the land. They were taking out the 12 tribes of Israel out of the land. And, and then
I mean, mainly the southern kingdom, these tribes.
that's right.
Judah, Benjamin, Levi.
And that's how they got into the land. They kicked us out, right? What the Lord did to us, to the city or whatever they did, and people, they're innocent either. So whatever they're going through, they did that to us. They're cutting off our dicks. And all kind of
With
stuff,
a
man.
lot of castration.
There's a lot of stuff that's going
So
on.
over here, you hear about sadistic. You hear about sadistic slavery in like North America, right? And I heard about slavery in the Middle East, right? But it wasn't like when you were.
Oh, they did that.
No, they did that. That's where they learned it. They said, see, this is what they don't talk about, right? They don't talk about the East African or the East African slave trade,
The Sahara.
the sub-Saharan slave trade, and then the East African slave trade going into the Indian Ocean slave trade.
Yeah.
Because we were in the land of Africa, and we got split into both directions. So they mainly talk about the transatlantic slave trade, but there was also slavery that happened on the east coast as well of Africa, and we got pushed into the Indian Sea, Indian Ocean. I mean, all throughout the India, Pakistan, all those different various regions. We got sold onto those different countries too.
And they're still there to this day because there's a group of so-called Negroes that's in India.
Yeah.
Cities.
Yeah.
They got there from they have Palestinian now. Arabic last name.
Right. Because it was the Arab that were running the slave trade on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the next move though? Because like the Israelis make the same claim, but in a different way, right?
Well, they only really claim that they're one tribe. They call themselves
Judah.
Judah or Levi.
Yeah.
yeah, one or two. But where are the rest of the tribes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where do they go?
Doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up. They don't really claim to be the other tribes. They only claim this one or this one. Maybe that one. That's about it. But what about the rest? So something's not adding up. And then they like to claim that there are only 2% on the earth. There's only 2% of them on the earth. So when the Lord said that we would be like the sands of the sea. Our people are scattered in all different nations. Like everybody. And we look like everybody too, because we've been scattered throughout these different lands. So our lineage, we might look like somebody else, not looking like a quote unquote black person, so to speak. We might look like somebody else, right? We may look Japanese, Chinese, but we have our people over there. You know what I'm saying? All throughout the four corners of the earth. So that was going to be our Lord said he was going to scatter. It was going to be our punishment, because he said he was going to scatter us to the four corners of the earth as a punishment.
Yeah.
Taking us away
that
from
apply to the Jews.
right. It doesn't apply to them. Okay, go ahead.
33.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in the book of Psalm 33, in the NLT, verse 3, and it reads, they devise crafty schemes against your people, because fire against your precious ones. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence.
Exactly. They tried to wipe the relation of us knowing that we're Israelites. They took that out of our mind. You see what I'm saying? And they made the claim that they're the people. And through time, everybody's been hoodwinked and believed that. You know what I mean? But it's coming out that they're not the people. Because if they were the people, there wouldn't be none of that going on right now. So it'd be peace.
So like obviously like you would condemn the people committing a genocide, even though you guys say you guys have
It's prophecy. So we're not condemning nothing. It's all of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? The Most High wants that to happen. The Most High is stirring this all up.
Just saying the Most High wants them to kill the Palestinians.
It's part of the Most High's agenda. It's not.
They did the same thing to us, man. Our children, the same thing that the Amalekites, the so-called Jews are doing to the Palestinians. The Palestinians did that to our people too, man. Right? So our babies got killed and put to death, thrown in the sea, left in the desert. right?
And-
School,
and-
whatever.
and where's it like documented?
It's documented. It is
Because
documented.
look at the transatlantic slavery is well documented. No,
Yeah, it is
undeniable.
well
Right.
documented.
But what you guys are talking about is a little bit.
No, it's
Like,
not.
I'd be a little
It's
bit
there.
more
No, it's there.
skeptical.
The Sahara Desert slave trade.
So there's
It's
The
documented.
sub-Saharan is documented, and it happened
And
before
it's
the
still not, and it's
transatlantic.
still not done. It's still going on to this day.
I got a quick one, for you, real quick. So, Isaiah 45:7, it says, I form the light and create darkness, I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So when people keep saying, why is all this bad stuff? It's most like doing stuff. It's like saying that it's like me creating a computer and not having control over the computer. It just doesn't do anything. That doesn't make any sense. Right? You have power to create everything, not to have control over it.
I'm a Muslim, right? And like,
Okay, yeah.
I'm East African, also an African.
Okay.
Right? East African Muslim, right? So we believe in like Day of Judgment. You guys probably believe in Day of Judgment too, right?
It's coming.
And we believe in Moses, and we believe that he was black. So that kind of like
Okay.
pushed their point that the Israelites were black. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah.
Don't call it.
Because we
Yeah.
believe Moses was like black.
Yeah.
Black prophet, right?
There was a fact they had also was a president during the 1950s. He said his name was Gamal Nasser. He said they would never ever be peace in that land because it was led by whites. So these other nations they know that the Israelites, real people, were predominantly of a people of color. Right?
But I was gonna give you like my perspective. My perspective is that like some Muslim perspective, right? Is that people have their free will, and like you like God is gonna weigh every atom of evil that you do and every atom of good that you do. And on the day of judgment, it's gonna be on a scale, right? So it's not like you're divine. Like people get punished for the fucked up things that they do.
Well, we're gonna answer that through the scriptures because according to the scriptures, there's no such thing as free will. You know what I mean? So we're gonna prove it. Job 33 verse.
So y'all take this last point, and I'm gonna.
Yeah,
No worries. Thanks for answering the question. I was asking out of curiosity. Though.
In the dream, in the vision, read it again. Job 33 verse 15, and it says, in a dream and a vision of the night when a sleep falls upon men or is slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and seeth their instructions. So the Most High seals the instructions in your sleep of what you're gonna do for the following day, each and every day. See what I'm saying? When you're sleeping,
And how could you be?
that means you don't have control of that. You know what I mean?
So let's say like this is a hypothetical, right? This is all just fake. I'm just gonna create this up, right? Let's say I was a murderer right now, right? And I killed all you guys. It's a hypothetical, fake,
Right.
right? You guys don't think that's evil? Or you guys think God predestined me to kill you guys?
No, it's still evil. Still evil. You still get a judgment though.
Yeah, it's evil,
It's
right?
evil, but you'll still get a judgment too.
So you can't deny.
You know what I mean?
Like,
And if that happened, the Lord sanctioned that, man.
The Lord said,
yeah, but I was wrong and I deserve punishment. And
You will get
you will get it. You will get it.
We're just saying that the reason why it happened to us is because we also deserve it too. It doesn't make mistakes. Nothing's a coincidence. Nothing's random.
Yeah, there's no such thing as random or
Yeah,
coincidence.
there's
Not
everything. There's a reason.
No one's innocent.
no, I
nobody.
believe in we believe in like
Whoever
destiny, but
cares.
also like
Yeah.
anyways, it's just pretty complicated, right? It's pretty complicated topic. But you guys take care though, all right?
All right.
You said that there's no the Arabic culture was not documented. Look up and Silk Road. Silk Road.
No, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Like I'm not aware of it.
Oh,
okay,
I'm not,
okay,
like,
yeah,
that's ignorant to the context.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's it.
Actually,
Like you saying, it's the Aladdin thing we talked about more than
Right.
Yeah.
Or talked about, but
Yeah.
the Arab slave trade happened before,
yeah.
right? And through the Arab slave trade came the transatlantic slave trade, right? They already had us during like the 1400s, kind of. In Africa, they had us slave
During the Islamic conquest.
right.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of yeah. So I just googled it.
So you guys think Islam spread through the sword? Like,
I mean,
It was spread through
Yeah, but
violence,
so is Christianity, right?
but Islam, there's no caution in religion.
but that's come closer to what you guys believe. They did that. They did the opposite of that. Well,
And it-
like that's what it's called a conquest. The Islamic conquest. How you conquer things? You murder people.
And you
Yeah, but how people
Other people
do
conquer.
yourself where you say
how people phrase things can ultimately be
I
propaganda.
understand that, but you know, actions are actions, bro.
Yeah.
Actions
Right.
were taken.
and brother, yeah, but to be real with you, see, Islam, it's more of a it's a Arab religion. It's It's like an Arabic religion. So the race of people that gave you that were Arabics. That's what I was.
No, it's not.
They didn't give us that. Allah gave that to the people.
Which right? We give it to first.
To everybody. Everyone could be Muslim. So there's
No, that's not what he said. That's what he
So
said.
what-
though.
no, but he's saying the Arabic people had it first.
They
right?
did.
But that didn't mean that he got it from the Arabic people.
You got it from the
Allah,
Arabic people.
God chose us to accept the faith.
But how did you get it though?
You're looking at it from like
Okay, well we can.
dialectical perspective.
how-
but that's not what happened.
Listen.
What?
This is how we.
Also, if God gives you the intuition to believe in the religion and say this is the truth,
Yeah,
wouldn't you say that God was the source, the person?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
say
yet-
you're focused on the actual
Just
person.
like,
giving
just like how the Lord gave Moses the laws for the Israelites. The most
the
like
Arabs,
the Arabs, the most like the Arabs, the Quran. That's
the
it.
Arabs are not the reason I'm a Muslim. The reason I'm a Muslim is because Allah
Because you believe
allowed me to recognize
Were you born a Muslim or did you choose it?
I was born a Muslim and then I did an investigation
Okay,
and it made the most sense. And it still makes the most sense to me. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm a Muslim.
that's fair. Okay,
Okay, so
But I don't believe blindly.
how did the Somalians get Muslim?
I mean, what?
How did the Somalians get Muslim?
Because there was an Arab person who came and gave the message, and then Somali people have their autonomy.
Let's do the story.
Somali people have their autonomy. They could have rejected the
They
message,
could have,
but because they thought it was a logical message, they
lost the
accepted it.
war.
They accepted it. That's what I mean. Like
They lost the war.
no one.
It's a conquest.
it was a conquest
It's
because
not a conquest.
these people, like especially these people here, Judah, Benjamin,
Our people
Levi,
is
we were conquered and we reverted to Christianity. Majority of our people, we
and
reverted,
Islam.
yeah, and Islam
The
as well.
North African,
No, in the Quran, there's a saying. A lot of people will reject the truth because their forefathers believed in whatever they believed in. So just because of their forefathers and they want to continue that tradition, they'll reject the truth. Islam is not that kind of religion. Islam is a religion of critical thinking.
I understand that, but that's not how the people, majority of the East got Islam though. They got it by conquest, man.
No, that's just
That's just history.
and I
It's
think
fact.
the textual like evidence that what you're saying is false. There's a surah, right, called the disbeliever in the Quran, right? And it says pretty much that no one is compelled to take this religion. Like you can go your own way and I can go my own way. It's a pseudo called the disbeliever.
Now it's like that.
No, it's been in scripture.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna close up on a couple scripts. Yeah,
But either way, like to each his own. Like I'm not.
yeah, we're just having a dialogue.
Yeah, it's each his own. Now, like
For sure. This is Isaiah 34, verse 16, and it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail. None shall want for meat. For my mouth have commanded, and His Spirit hath gathered them." So I was reading this because in the scriptures, which we find that it separates from the other things, prophecies. So one of the things that was prophetic from our people is that they will go into sleep from ships. They will become bywords, right? They will go into captivity under the other nations. So the Bible is a book of prophecies, right? You know what prophecy means? Prophecy is predict to save before.
that's predicted.
Yeah, to predict, right. Right. Daniel predicts that prophecy, right? Discuss with different kingdoms that will come, that came up, rise, they would have their time, and then they would all fall. All right. So that's what separates the Bible from the prophecies. What's going on in the land right now is another prophecy.
But Islam has prophecies too.
So okay, so what is the message of Islam in regards to what's going on in the world?
What's the message from Islam? So
Yeah. So what is the prophecy that's contained in Islam in the Quran to explain to the people, what's going on in the Holy Land? Why is that happening?
Why is the Palestinian being murdered? Genocide.
So,
By genocide.
I don't think so I know there's the Quran talks about the Israelites a lot, talks about the Israelis a lot, right? But I don't know that if it talks about that specific concept text though. Well, Islam does say one beautiful thing when it comes to cultures and stuff like that. It says we created different cultures so that you guys get to know each other, not just to hate each other. Right?
Yeah.
Galatians 16 verse 13 it says, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Yeah, go ahead, go
The
ahead.
false prophet not showing with the Catholic Church. I don't know if you're aware about the prophet. The false prophet is not with the Catholic Church. And you might not know this, but these are actually coming from the Catholic Church.
Being Islam taking
Yes, yes.
Talking about them.
Okay, continue.
Then it says, well, they are spiritual devils. You find it. You look it up.
How important is it?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound arrogant. I kind of sound arrogant.
No, like,
pretty
you
good.
need to do some research on that though.
Good to you, like,
Yeah.
even Islam was actually like, the worship of the worship of the moon and the vision of the woman, right?
Yeah.
Like,
The Arabs did, the Arabs.
Arabs, right?
You said the Arabs
So
worship the
before Islam came about, the Arabs, they had a god for every day of the year.
Yeah, yes, they did. They did.
But you know what I mean?
They believed in like idols or something.
Right,
Right.
yeah. And then they wanted to pretty much, be similar to the Jews.
Right.
And they wanted to be monotheistic.
Yeah.
Which means one God of, worship one God, one deity. So they ended up, going into that, transitioning into Islam.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
but they also took tenets from our culture.
Right.
For example, like Day of Atonement is part of the custom that you find in the Torah that was given to the children of Israel. It wasn't given to the children of Ishmael or any of these other nations. Yeah. Right? So what they did was kind of package it, and they took some of our customs and incorporated it into your customs. So for example, polygamy is part of our culture. For us to have one woman. Day of Atonement was another, right? When we turn, we face the needs and we face Jerusalem, they changed that. And you'll find this in Babylon Temple too. They changed that and turned to face Mecca.
I'm gonna give you guys a proper picture of Islam, right? So Islam was always there from the beginning of time. Every prophet was a Muslim, right? So Adam, because being Islam just means one who submits to God. That's all it means. Believe in one God. So throughout the beginning of time, since Adam and all the prophets that came afterwards, they all submitted themselves to one God. That's all.
The God of the Bible.
That's all that it means to be a Muslim, is to submit to yourself to one God. That's the definition of a Muslim. That is the definition of Islam. That's why all the prophets were Muslim.
Adam was so
That's why all the prophets were Muslim.
which one of the prophet was Muslim? Which one?
All of the prophets were Muslim.
Name one prophet was a Muslim.
Moses,
Moses was not.
Jesus, Abraham,
Yeah,
all the prophets were Muslims.
Muslims are not Muslim.
and we're not Muslim.
Ishmael, there's a
So
big seven.
remember what Muslim means. Muslim means just to submit yourself to one God.
But we submitted ourselves to a different God than Islam.
Do you believe in the God that created this earth and the heavens?
That's the God of the Bible. That's the two different gods you're talking about.
That's a question though. You can go to Mecca, like that's only Mecca. What do you guys think that's spoken? That's only Mecca. Because go to Mecca for the Hajj, right?
We don't pray. We don't worship the stone.
You kiss it, right? Kiss the stone.
You don't have to kiss the stone.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
It doesn't mean, but you worship it, you kiss.
Yes.
Why?
No,
Yes.
no.
Why is that?
That's an idol.
If you kiss your wife, it doesn't mean that
Well,
you
that's not your
are.
wife. That's not your wife.
Yeah, but we have to compare.
So
That's
listen,
we're
talking about kissing here.
Okay,
Let's close it. Let's close it.
All right, but we're closing.
I know you guys.
Then we can talk after the
The
camera.
other brothers are closing.
Oh, we're actually closing up. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other
You guys
brothers are
take
closing.
care. You to each zone. Like there's a
one phrase before
there's no compulsion in religion. We don't.
No.
Religious discussion is not
Romans
fair.
14. Yeah, of course.
You have to prove it, we prove it. That's what is religion about.
Romans 14:5, it says, one man esteemeth one day above another, or esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So every man should be persuaded in his own mind every day. So you believe what you believe, we believe whatever. We go see it.
The whole world is filled with different opinions, right? To be,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's only one.
yeah, but I'm
So
just
with
saying.
that, we're gonna close up. We're gonna give our glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kamudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the brothers that teach the truth. All right, Kwame Asharala, Abad Babal, all right, and Shalom.
Yo, you guys don't say shut up. Like, what's your that Muslim that say salam alaikum? What do you guys say to each other?
Shalom.
Shalom.
And then how does the other person respond? Shalom.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Barakatah. Bless you.
That's kind of the same as salam alaikum.
Well, it's Arabic, right?
It's Arabic.
144.